Wayne from Talk Cars. Let's talk about fast road cams. Now, the cam is probably one of the most important parts of the engine. It's got lobes shaped like eggs on it, and as that lobe rotates, it actually opens and closes the valves. So the valves control the air coming into the engine and the exhaust gases going out. So by having great control over that aspect of the engine, you can do a lot to alter the engine's power. Now, if you have a naturally aspirated car, so there's no turbocharger fitted, it's just sucking air in, the best mod you can do is have a performance camshaft. Now, what this does usually is push the power up in the top end of the RPM range. If you go for a very aggressive profile, you can actually get a lot more power at the top end, but your bottom end will always suffer. So sometimes we describe an engine as being a bit cammy. It'll have a rough tick over, a really bad idle, and that's typical of fast road cams. So there's a balancing act here, and you need to choose a cam profile that really matches how the engine is set up for burning fuel. The timing of the opening and closing is critical. It needs to be exactly lined up with the burn cycle of the engine to maximize the amount of power. If the exhaust opens too soon, you'll lose power. If the intake closes too soon, you'll lose power. So it's critical to get it spot on. Now, we know a lot of models, it's a struggle to find a performance cam option. So what can be done on those is there are companies that will grind a stock cam into a more aggressive profile. So if you tell them what duration you would like, they will alter the cam profile lobe in order to give you that duration. And generally you'll get between 10 and 15% more power on most models and most engines with just a fast road cam. But never fit a fast road cam using all of the old parts. Everything really needs to be stripped out and replaced, right down to the cam followers and wherever the cam fits and touches in the engine. All of those components within the engine that relate to the cam should be replaced. If the cam is of a soft metal type, it might work really well to start with, but it will wear very quickly as it pushes the valves. Eventually the cam will start to wear away and you won't get as much lift, so the valves won't open as fully as they did before, and that's a big loss of performance on tuned cars. So we've seen people sometimes fit very cheap cams and they have a nice car that they're very happy with, but gradually the performance tails off over time and they start to experience problems with that. But a cam is a specialist area of the engine. It's not really something you can just open up and throw one in. If you don't know what you're doing and you set it up wrong, or you don't replace all of the ancillary components, you can accelerate the wear on that aspect of the engine and end up with very expensive repairs. If the valves and the cam are not opening and closing properly, it can have a knock-on effect and catastrophically destroy your engine. So you need to be very careful about choosing and fitting a performance cam. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us to get out there. See you in the next video.